Welcome back, Speed Gaming fans. If you were here just a second ago with that Ham versus Emo match, we are once again back. Another great. Oh, we got Fate Games too. We're back with another match between Glove and ProfessorSchool. This is another gold bracket match. My name is Eddie, and joining me on comms today is Idle Child. Idle, how are you doing, and how are you feeling about this match?
I am excited about this match. I was kind of waiting for it to show up on the schedule so I could sign up for it, to be honest. I like both these runners. These runners are both know each other pretty well. They were actually chatting, during the qualifying, talking about their chances of making the gold bracket, potentially getting into the money. And if I'm not mistaken, the winner of this race is guaranteed money. Is that true?
Let me see right here. I will scroll down, see this current situation. We have Glove and ProfessorSchool. Yes, if they win this match, they will be in the money. I think as of right now, that would be $30. So that is going to be, winning this first round is going to get them in the money. So this is a pretty important match.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them expected to be facing each other. But kind of the good thing about it is whoever falls short is going to feel a lot better knowing that they helped out a friend. It's not going to be all for nothing. You missed an opportunity and nothing good comes out of it. I mean, I think they're going to be happy for the other one.
Yes, and I've got to say, both of these runners are friends of mine as well. I've interacted with them. I interact with them all the time, basically, through the communities and whatnot. And they're both competitors. I know Prof really wants to win this. I know Glove wants to win this, yeah, so honestly, regardless of what happens, I'm gonna feel really happy and I'm gonna feel really sad. I'm gonna have to tell you that, Prof. The best I can ask for is just that these two have such a good race and both of them entering 55.99 stair room. So yeah, I mean, off to a great start so far.
Oh, for sure. Going for that tile boost, wasn't able to get it, but cleans up the elevator room really nicely.
45-35 and 45-30. Here we go. We got a pretty good match on our hands right here. Yeah. So yeah, Idle, as you were saying, we were talking a little bit in the pre-race room, but Prof in the qualifiers, Glove and Prof are both very consistent players. ProfessorSchool finishing 6 of the 8 qualifiers, not forfeiting a single one, it looks like, averaging mostly a 46 in all the races. And ProfessorSchool is a KPDR runner, Crade first, that's the more beginner-friendly route, we would call it. Whereas Glove, finishing 5 of the 8 runs, and Glove is a PKRD runner, which is essentially the new route, the dangerous route, with safeties built into it to make it a little bit more of a race-friendly route. So yeah, I mean, as you said, this is going to be interesting because they're two players that have such different routes yet are so evenly matched.
Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a good matchup, and finishing 5 advancing first runs, that's not easy to do. The safeties you're talking about, there's not too much that you can pick up to make it that much safer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's safeties you could do like after Fantoon, but realistically, I mean, we saw like one safety that Zos took in the match actually versus Glove, but like that's like a 20-second time loss just to ensure like one extra hit, right? It's not like 2 extra E-tanks that you can grab. So barring that, Glove gets like Taco Tank or something like that, which is an absurdly hard trick, there's not really much safety. Yeah.
That reserve tank doesn't even help that much because it kind of can mess with what you expect for getting health drops and stuff.
Yeah,
you get into you get the low energy health warning, but you don't get the health drops.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Zos safety. Yeah, here we go. Both these players are basically completely evenly matched there, but Prof tried to do the turnaround grab on the missile, so lost a little bit of time there. But honestly, it's just the beginning of the game. There's a lot coming up ahead, but yeah, these upcoming rooms, we got the pit room, we got the climb, we got the parlor. These are probably some of the hardest rooms in the early game. We're gonna have to see how they execute. All right, so Interesting to see both these players. Glove opting to just shoot directly up and just goes forward and just like crushes all the pirates. Meanwhile, Prof doing something similar, but except in the beginning, shoots all 3 pirates while jumping onto the first platform. And we have both players going for this wall jump climb.
Yep. Either that or the ledge grab climb. They're both pretty similar, but both runners opting for the wall jumps.
Yep. Oh, Glove kind of scaling the right side of this parlor. It's interesting. Parlor has so many different ways you could approach it. You can go up the left side, you can go up the right side. It's crazy how many viable strategies there are in this game.
This is one of those situations where you're trying to go too fast. You know, just if you do that ledge grab a little bit later, you lose a few frames. You do it early, you're falling back down. So it's just it's easy to lose some time.
Yep. All right, so Glove with that 446 bombs time, really strong bombs time, taking a little bit of a lead on ProfessorSchool here. But once again, as you said before, a little bit of RNG here. We're gonna have to see how the drop spread works, and then see if both these players can get that 1-round bomb Torizo. Oh, Glove not getting all the drops right there. Can kind of do a little 1.5 round. Prof looking like he's gonna get a perfect fight here. Yeah, there we go. So Prof taking up or saving a little bit of time right there on Glove. So
yeah, Glove's missile spread was doable, but is a pretty tough to get that jump and not pick them all up. So
exactly, yeah,
understandable.
Yeah, having to shoot those drops, and sometimes all those missiles are stacked right on top of each other, so it's not super realistic that you can kind of grab a few and not the rest of them. All right, so we got the Terminator. Looks like we have the quote-unquote free strats for both these players. Glove looking like they kind of messed up the end a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna have to sit there. Okay.
Cleans it up nicely.
Yeah, definitely cleans it up nicely. So it's funny. You're gonna see Prof run through here because Prof is not gonna fight Fantoon first, which is what we were talking about earlier. So can just run through, doesn't really matter, take the damage, it's fine. Glove on the other hand, if Glove took that hit from the waiver, that gets really, really bad because you need the full health to guarantee that you can at least have a chance of the missile drop. Otherwise, you might have to farm everything and you might get completely scammed, and it's really bad.
Exactly. So Glove's going to fire 2P shots and 1 missile, and he's going to collect 2 missile for farms here. Just like that.
Nice grab for Glove.
Said, if he's not at full health, maybe those bugs will drop health, and then it's just an adventure.
All right, so Glove. Oh, nice deboost for Glove. I didn't get to see if Prof got that as well, but this is going to be interesting. So these runners are pretty much neck and neck right now. Up until we get to Red Tower, this is definitely a good side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, it's virtually identical. Really, that one room you pointed out with the damaging boosting is the only difference. Damaging pirates versus missiling them. And
it's really not even that much. I mean, the only reason you do it in PKRD is like you just have to.
Right.
But realistically, like as long as you get the drop right away, you're barely losing any time, really. So.
Prop going for the weave. I appreciate that.
Yep. Unfortunately, unlike some Super Metroid runners would say, that weave is not free whatsoever. Shout out to Zenny. That is a difficult trick. Prof going for it though. Definitely have respect when you go for a trick like that. All right, so yeah, both these players neck and neck. Definitely exciting so far. It's a shame that we're gonna have to see them split up. It's gonna be a little bit harder to keep track of it, but yeah, here we go. Nice little monk. Let's see if they can get the bug boost.
Yeah, especially seeing how evenly they are right now, but it is what it is.
Yep. All right. Nice little bug boost for Glove. Looks like Prof didn't quite get it. And so Glove currently taking a little bit of a lead right there, it looks like. But here we go. Prof is going to morph straight into the Red Tower, heading straight down. Glove is going to go straight up.
Getting that nice hero shot. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And does take the damage boost. Oh, goes for double. Nice.
Yep. Very good. It looks like both these players executing very well. ProfessorSchool getting a nice little P-shot deboost off the I forgot what those little screes. Yeah. A little deboost off the scree particle. So yeah, Prof getting a nice jump. Did a little wall jump in the end to make sure that he could save that. But yeah,
Just celebrating the early crate entry.
So yeah, I would say coming up, notable things that we need to watch. We're gonna primarily have to focus on Glove here. Professor School, the one thing we'd probably want to see here is to make sure that he gets the crate quick kill. But it is very important that we watch Glove here because we have the moat. We have the moat, and then we have Fantoon. Two very, very dangerous things coming up right now, and that's not the best start right there. Glove kind of missing a jump at the start, but yeah, recovers quickly, and here we go. Glove foregoing any CWJ attempt.
Right, yeah, they like to maintain the HPJ, although they did go for a backup CWJ last race.
They did go for the backup CWJ. Oh, that was like a frame too early. Oh,
now that's a little earlier.
No fall yet though. Oh. Glove taking a fall. So keep in mind that Prof does run the slower route. So is this backup CWJ? Okay, not quite.
Might have been thinking about it, but wasn't quite right for the first jump. All right.
Okay. All right. So one fall, a few attempts. Honestly, that's fine. Glove is still running the faster route. We're gonna have to see, like, you know, definitely some more mistakes from Glove for Prof to essentially catch up, so quote unquote, if you will say. So yeah, I mean, depending, once again, typically for Fantoon for old route, you'll see players employing X Factor stretch, which is kind of allows you to get maybe an easier 2-round, because otherwise to get a 2-round on Fantoon is quite difficult in new route, because you got to get those big Dopplers, and you know, just reasonable Dopplers are not okay. You have to get somewhere in the realm of 5 and 7 or so in order to get this 2-round. So we've seen Glove do it before. Let's see if they can do it again. It's always a little nerve-wracking.
With health, at least. Well, can already take 3 hits.
Yep. 40 damage per flame or head hit. Fast for Glove. All right, here we go. Ooh, this is a little sketchy.
That left fast is the toughest one as far as avoiding damage. Does avoid a 3rd hit there.
That was a 7 missile Doppler, Idol. That was a pretty big Doppler. This is looking like a 2-round, a fast mid. This might be the comfy position. Oh,
he's gonna. Oh, he gets the health drops. Excellent.
That was a fast mid 2-round for Glove. I mean, they had some mode falls at the start, but that's amazing. That was amazing. Fantoon. All right, look at the Glove swinging their hands in the air. Look at that. What's Fantoon being stingy on those super missile drops? One's pretty much no supers. Come on, Fantoon.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty low.
All right, so Prof heading over to do some upper Norfolk cleanup, getting the requisite things that he needs to get to Kraid, and then head over to Fantoon after, get over to Fantoon. Meanwhile, we have Glove once again also kind of coming up to a really dangerous room. It's going to be the attic, where everything here hits you really hard because you don't have that Various suit. It's actually 2 interesting rooms. We're gonna have to see Professor School also do this Bubble Mountain, because this is another room that can also be true. We have 2 tough rooms coming up ahead.
Ways to do it, and different ways that can go wrong. Prof doing very nice. Everything but the deboost, but still good Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, good Bubble Mountain for Prof, and Glove is just unloading supers. It's interesting. So Glove getting through that attic just fine. Yeah. So Idol, it's interesting because if you run PKRD, you can be pretty liberal about your super usage, because you're going straight to Kraid after this, and you're gonna get that nice super refill.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, being low on supers is probably better than being low on power bombs.
Oh yeah,
just because of the PKRD route.
Exactly. So this is another interesting thing, because if you have 1 power bomb, you're running PRKD, you're kind of sweating a little bit, because you kind of want that extra power bomb to do the faster strat coming up to leaving high jump boots. Now the funny thing is, 1 power bomb is perfectly fine when you run PKRD, because right after you kill Kraid, you get that Kraid E-tank, and there are 4 B-toms in there, and they will refill your power bombs. I would like to definitely say to any runner that is, maybe considering trying new route at some point, definitely consider the Fantoon Kraid variation because there's a lot of reasons why it's going to let you complete the runs as opposed to the Ridley second variation.
It's funny because I did Hundo and then I went to Rando, but then when I went to 90%, I started with PRKD and now I've switched to PKRD just because of the consistency, like trying to compete for this tournament. Like I need more consistency. And I was picking a Fireflies tank almost every run. It's like that's slow. Should just get the Kraid tank.
Yeah, honestly, when I first started speedrunning, I was watching a new runner, Imit. That's kind of how I got my hands into speedrunning, and I was more interested in just running the route similar to what he was running as well. And so he recommended that I go for PKRD. So I actually ran PKRD until I got a 44 or so, and I don't regret it one bit because I kind of learned how to do all the tough tricks, and you're barely making any sacrifices, honestly, when it comes to your learning of the route.
Yeah, that's a great point. There's a lot of overlap in the strats.
All right, so we have some farming that Glove is going to go ahead and do, and then Glove is going to go ahead and grab Spacer and head over to Kraid, as we alluded to earlier, with that PKRD route. It's the safer version of the world record optimal route, and we have ProfessorSchool doing some of the more interesting runs of this KPDR route.
Yep, starting with this Alpha Spark here. It's got the speed booster. Now we get to use it.
Yep. So yeah, ProfessorSchool looks like he is going to 4 tank. We're gonna have to see. Will he get this Alpha Spark right here? Oh, bonks that door. That's kind of bad.
Rushed it a bit.
Yeah. Nice particle deboost. So there we go.
Yeah,
Prof knows his backups. Yeah. Now here's an interesting one. The one that all the KPDR run, the strat that's out nowadays is that red tower down grab at the top. It involves a really delayed wall jump, and it's a tricky strat, but it's so satisfying. Let's see if Prof is going to go for it. Oh, yeah, gets that strat. Absolutely nailing these strats. So Prof is absolutely cooking here. We have Glove properly breaking that tube. Shout out to Nevdi. Unfortunately, it was soft lock in a qualifier. That was a little bit heartbreaking, but yeah, here we go. We have Glove heading over that Kraid, and we're going to see this deboost from Prof. Thank you, Prof.
And now the roles are reversed. We're going to be watching ProfessorSchool more closely with this fancy fight. Not nearly as dangerous, of course.
Yes. Not nearly as dangerous, but honestly, it's still a little scary. It's always funny. You see everyone with all this health right now, and you're like, what's the big deal? Like, why you have various suit? It's not scary. But I mean, when you spark across the ocean, like a lot of the health kind of disappears. And if you employ X Factor strats, you're sort of not really cleaning up the flame. You're kind of just like face tanking Fantoon like multiple times. So it's true. It can be scary for sure. We've definitely seen some very close calls even in old route because you just kind of approach the fight differently. Oh,
nice gap skip there.
Idle, are we going to see an ocean fly here?
At least an attempt.
That's an attempt. I think that misses a little bit early. Nice quick kill from Glove. Yeah, bonks that there.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to see that missile.
Yeah, it's really close, but not a big deal. It's more for swag if anything. It's not really that much of a time loss.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, we will see. If honestly, I would argue that in a race setting, it's probably better not to go for it. Unless you're extremely consistent.
That saves your health, not doing the 2 spark.
Exactly.
Really time. Main thing is just get over the moat. Don't. You got to reset the whole room if you don't get it.
Oh, it's really. I mean, I guess you do like an HPJ backup, but typically if you run KPDR, that's not really a backup you don't want to do. So here we go. We got a nice little speedball. Excellent. Prof really just executing really strongly here. Okay, so we have Prof going ahead, getting ready for this fight. Glove gave us a really good pattern, a fast mid-2 round. That's really strong. So Glove on a good pace here. Meanwhile, we have to watch how this works out. X Factor strats, no fast. No mid.
Typical Fantoon.
Typical Fantoon, so slow. It's funny you say that because it is in fact a typical Fantoon. The slow is expected in the first round. It's the highest chance. This is a slow fast. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, nicely done.
Oh, nice little angle, two missile into super Doppler right there for Prof. So both runners getting 2 rounds. Yeah, excellent. Fantoon just not having a good day today.
And that was an on-screen Doppler too. I've been seeing runners, or on-screen X Factor, I should say. I've seen runners go for the off-screen. That on-screen one looked a little bit more difficult. So well done.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So honestly, both these players playing really well. We're gonna probably keep the audio a bit on Professor School. Glove is in Upper Norfair. These rooms are tricky, but for the most part, Upper Norfair is not gonna kill you. We'll see what happens when we get back to Lower Norfair. But for right now, we're gonna have to see if Professor School can get through some of these really difficult rooms in KPDR, which is the attic, and then we'll see if he can get that bowling spark up ahead as well.
Right. So as you're talking about the energy, I mean, Prof has more energy and he's got Varia compared to what Glove had, but Prof is going to be going for strats that use more energy.
Yeah. And this is going to be interesting because Prof has the extra health. Yeah, I think Prof is just going to go ahead and do just a little attic spark strat here. This is probably a lot more consistent. Yeah, there we go. And with all that health, one little shot right there. Yeah. Kind of skims that little pirate, but yeah, finishes it off with a missile. But yeah, at the highest level, you typically won't see that attic spark. It's actually very fast, but it just takes so much of your health. And if you choose to go for a 3-tank route, which is what a lot of high-level KPDR runners do, you just can't do that strat. Oh,
unfortunately, Glove only froze one of the platforms in place. Tried to go for it anyway. You need almost all of the running space in order to pull it off.
Yeah, so that's
probably 1 or 2 pixels short there.
Yeah, so that's a time loss for Glove, but that's fine. Glove is still doing really well so far. It looks like. I mean, honestly, you're in a race setting. You get a 2-round fast mid Fantoon. I feel like you're feeling pretty good for the most part, unless you're making a lot of mistakes.
Oh yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. We're going to probably have to keep our eyes on Gloves soon enough, but both these players going into some scary parts in the game. We have Prof going to be heading straight over to Dragon, which for the most part is going to be exactly the same as New Route. And we have Glove heading to Lower Norfair, which is always going to be one of the scary moments because no matter who you are, you can die in Lower Norfair.
Oh yeah. The extra tank, it doesn't solve all problems.
No, it does not solve all the problems.
Not like we're getting screw attack,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't just spin jump through and just kill everything in one hit. No, you're gonna have to. You don't have plasma either, so you're just gonna have to avoid the monsters as opposed to killing them. It's definitely a big deal.
Oh, did Glove farm before heading to Speed Booster? I'm trying to figure out how they have 9 supers. This seems like a really high super count. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I mean, I think Glove probably got hooked up a little bit. I mean, going crate second, you typically get that refill, but I think Glove kind of just picked up the CAC farm and maybe got a super in Cathedral potentially.
Yeah, maybe that could be.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, as you were saying, the super farm definitely looking quite good for Glove. And Glove is going to go ahead and pick up the Spazer, or sorry, not the Spazer, the Wave Beam. Yeah, and picking up 2 Spazers would be interesting.
Prof won't be picking up Spazer either.
All right, so Wave Beam for Glove, and we have Prof heading over, is going to open this door and break in that Meridia tube. So heading straight into Meridia. Definitely a section of the game chock full of crazy tricks that you kind of have to land or you lose 15 seconds.
Yeah, Meridia is an easy place to lose a lot of time, for sure.
Yep. Let's see. I don't think. Nice little wiggle to fix that jump for Prof. That's a little tricky.
Clean jump through. Oh, I missed it.
He didn't get the clean jump through, so he had to do the little wiggle and he scooted past the ceiling.
Oh, but he got it then.
Yeah. Yeah. So he got the jump. That's nice.
Even more impressive.
It is more impressive. That's really satisfying when you can kind of fix it like that. All right. So, unlike PRKD, if Glove does not get this lava spark, it's fine. With the Varia, the grav jump is going to do so little damage, and with the extra E-Tank, Glove should be safe here. and gets the lava spark. Really
Nice
well
done.
executed by Glove. All right, so we have
X Factor here.
Oh, 2 particles missing. This is looking real sketchy, Idol.
Yeah, it's just harder to hit Batu with these supers too sometimes. Yeah, especially since Batu not playing nice, not like popping out of the hole for like 3 or 4 hits that you can land easy like that. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I think he just needs 1 more hit. Oh, maybe 2.
Oh, this is not a good Batu for Prof.
Really unfortunate. Okay, at least avoids a health bomb, and of course, no supers. Thanks, Botwin.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we have Glove scaling this worst room in the game.
Gets it. Nicely done.
Excellent. Oh, takes a hit. You know, that's
okay. That's definitely not a hit that the Glove was expecting, but
Idol, that's so scary because you take that random hit from that Namihe, and that pirate at the top, if you don't get there in time, that's a little dangerous too. Yeah, morphing over that pirate. But yeah, Glove almost taking a hit from that pirate and almost taking the hit in the pirate from worst room in the game as well. And yeah, everything here hitting you for either 50 or 40 damage. And you know, Glove with the extra safety tank, you know, you're never really safe until maybe you get to the metal pirates, because it's scary. You make one little misstep and you're gonna take hits.
Oh, you burned so much health on these sparks too. I mean, Glove got that fast pillar spark, so it saved power bombs, but then burned more energy.
Exactly. Nice. Gets through the gets through this Giga right there without taking a hit.
Yeah,
and here we go.
Right now.
Yeah, Glove should be good.
At least hopefully.
Glove wants to get probably 4 supers right off the bat right here. That would be a nice thing to see. Okay, 3. That's kind of like what you don't want to see because you can get scammed a little bit here. Yeah, that's fine. One little missile drop there. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I saw that too. What was that?
Yeah, that's always a little bit annoying.
I did not know that those pirates can even drop missiles.
It's like under a 2% chance, I think. Oh, Glove not getting the farm strat that they wanted here, but I think they'll be fine.
Ooh, that's a nice opener for Prof.
Yep. I think this is going to be a Toon Blue for Prof.
It could be. Gets an extra super in.
Oh!
Got robbed. That was robbery.
Oh, okay.
I think he had momentum, so he couldn't get the blue suit and no risk of chain damage.
Yes. So, yeah, no spike suit here for Prof. That's okay. He's going to go ahead and grab that space jump. Glove taking this fight very carefully, employing all his strats. No running through the tail to be optimal. Just going ahead and rolling through, taking this nice and steady to get through that Ridley fight. Glove, I think, is going to be perfectly fine at surviving this fight. Look at this, really good manipulation. You jump, you do a little spin jump, you break that spin when you get above that door's height, and you can manipulate Ridley to turn around right there.
Yep, and get in the position on the left corner where you can't be hit.
Yep. If you want to survive this Ridley fight, Glove is really putting on a clinic on how to kind of execute this really smoothly without dying. So Glove, I think, taking pretty much no hits, maybe a fireball hit, but yeah, so far looking real smooth on the HP. There we go. Glove doing some wall jumps just to ensure that they're not going to take any damage, unnecessary damage, because you do need a lot of health to get out of this lower Norfair. Even with PKRD, where you typically get that health refill, it's always a little dangerous if you take too much damage in this fight. Nice.
Yeah, getting the early jump in, taking the damage to end the fight early there.
Prof? Prof trying to go for it.
He was thinking about that plasma spark.
I think some of his jumps weren't crispy enough, so he couldn't get it. But yeah, it looked like a valiant effort. I always appreciate it if someone can go for those tough tricks there. But yeah, here we go. Glove getting a little bit extra farm. But yeah, 328 HP, looking quite good. Yeah, Glove wanted to get the iframes through the door, didn't quite get it. Said, whatever, let's just go through.
Glove is likely going to be farming these metal pirates, which
yes.
For some health and supers.
Yes. So, unlike PRKD, Fighting Kraid is basically okay. Glove is out of here. Glove is gonna have to farm the bugs because 5 supers is probably not enough. But yeah, unlike the other route, PRKD, Kraid is essentially kind of like the big super refill that you'll get, and you do need to enter Meridia with a healthy amount of supers. So farming those metal pirates typically will give you the additional supers you need, as well as giving you the health to get out of Lower Norfair without dying. Alternatively, if you don't have the supers that you need, you can farm the bugs before the Frog Speedway after Bubble Mountain, and that is probably what Glove is going to do to ensure that they have the resources for Meridia.
I wonder if something went wrong on that second. I'm surprised that they didn't go for the second farm. Oof, not getting the minip there.
Yeah,
Still
it looks
okay.
like 152 HP should be fine. Yeah, I think Glove tried to get the spark but collided with the metal pirate on the way. So yeah, after that, like, you know, when the pirate flips over, you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother at this point.
Yeah.
Let's just figure it out, because yeah, it's pretty slow at that point. So here we go. Glove is gonna take some acid damage. So 3 hits would kill Glove here. Let's see if they can get through.
That's a good start.
It takes one hit. This should be fine. This should be fine. Okay. That's always scary because sometimes you jump there and then you try to get a little ledge grab and then you fall back down and then you land on the fire and then it's over.
Yeah, I forgot they were going to take that lava damage, the acid damage there, because that kind of put it from, oh, they're fine too.
Oh, I better not mess it up. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, Glove, a phenomenal runner, honestly, but like 52 HP leaving Lower Norfair. Like, if there was ever a reason for you to consider not running new route and running old route or something, there you go. It's hard to complete a run even if you're really good at this game. Glove.
Wow. I mean, they got all the supers they want. They got the MM2 drops, so they just bolted. But
yeah. This is a little sketchy because Glove is absolutely going to have to do. Okay, he's going to try to pick up only getting supers. I guess that's all that's here. Okay, so Glove picking up a few extra farms. I kind of feel like they should have maybe just grabbed another bug farm, but
I think one more, yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why Glove needs the HP, Glove will be getting the Batoon E-Tank almost certainly. But the reason why they need HP is there is a room called Mount Everest in Meridia. We saw ProfessorSchool do it earlier, but you got a spark up there, and that takes a good healthy chunk off your health, something about 50 HP or so. And you want to make sure you have the health for Batoon, because you don't want to get health bombed.
I'm trying to remember, I think there might be a backup way to get up there. I mean, the gravity jump is really slow, but there might be a backup to the spark you could go for. With this health, they'll probably go for the spark.
Yeah. Oh, wants that extra power bomb. Yeah. So the backup is that you kind of hold a charge shot. It's not 100% necessary, and then you do kind of like a little leap of faith and make a wall jump off the corner of like the right side wall. That it's funny because you never want to get in that situation, so people tend to not practice that backup. And if you mess it up, you lose a lot of time. You fall like it's like a big fall of shame where you land and then you have to go all the way back to the left and get your run speed again. Yeah.
Oh, Prop just missing that spark. Unfortunate.
Yeah, so no
but
pillar
they
spark.
Will be fine.
Okay, that's a good D factor for Glove, and that's why you wanted that health. Yeah, so that's why you want that health, because Glove took that hit from Batoon, and if Glove did not have the health that the proper amount of health there, that would have been a health bomb, and Glove would not have had the supers that they needed to complete the rest of this fight. Upcoming
RNG
fight.
Really smiling on Glove with that. What, 4 supers out of Batoon, or was it just 3? Or no, he came in with more. Never mind. He came in with a whole bunch, didn't he?
I think I think they came in with 2 supers. I want to say. I think Batoon gave either 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, full halfy for Glove.
So it wasn't amazing.
Nice full halfy for Glove. So Glove honestly popping off right now. You know, it's really hard to say like who's ahead of who, but honestly, like I feel like I'd have to give the edge to Glove, only on the sense that they only had some issues with the moat at the start, but everything else seemed to go really well for them. And yeah, I mean, just like when you think of it that way, you kind of think like, yeah, then Phantoon first will typically win out, right? But you never really know until maybe we get to around G4 or so.
Yeah, we definitely won't know for sure till G4.
Exactly. And even then, we don't really know.
Fast. Pirate's very nice.
That wasn't the greatest opening for Glove. Lots going on for both these runners here. This is probably a 3-run for Glove. I think one super will do it here. Bam. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Will Glove get the spike suit? That's one attempt. I think they'll get one more attempt here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Go ahead. We'll grab these drops. And then we'll get out of here.
Not getting as good a grab look there. Just one super. It's enough, but it's not what you'd want.
Yeah, exactly. So, ProfessorSchool, getting into this Ridley fight, it's important to note that the Ridley fight in Old Route is definitely a lot different. It's 20 shots and Ridley's gone. You would normally have to do 60 shots with your Spazer beam, but you start unloading your supers and missiles, try to make that fight a little shorter as well.
Eddie mentioned that Glove was being kind of safe, not running to the tail or all that stuff. Prof is going to be doing everything to make this fight faster, regardless of damage.
Exactly, because the fight is so much shorter. It's like half the time basically, and you have a lot of health going in. It's just you just run into Ridley, like get that beam off because you want Ridley to die as fast as possible. Where it's more of an endurance match in the Fantoon first routes.
Prof also has a get out of jail free card called Full Beam Combo for these 3 musketeers if needed.
Exactly, yeah. So if you don't get the requisite health leaving Ridley, then it gets really sketchy because you do have to do manipulations, or at least your best, to survive the fight. But if something went catastrophically wrong for Prof in these upcoming rooms, Prof could just sit there and just blast everything to death and not lose like 5 million years. Ooh,
classic 3 health drops from those bugs.
Yeah, Glove only getting... Is Glove gonna... This is really sketchy, Idol, because there's one door left. You want to super it typically, but Glove... If Glove doesn't get hooked up by any of these monsters up ahead, then Glove is gonna definitely want to... Glove's definitely gonna want to just shoot 5 missiles on that G4 door.
Absolutely. That's because that grouping strat for room 1 is a lot easier to do if you kill the first Metroid quickly.
Exactly.
So you gotta have a super for it.
Yeah, not only that, like the amount of supers that Glove has, it's always really scary because you might just not be able to finish the game. It's very possible that you either have to reset the M4 room like multiple times. And that's definitely something that if you're in a race situation, it's probably worth practicing, even though nobody normally practices it because that usually spells the end of a run. But yeah, Glove is kind of praying to get like a random super drop here to increase their chances of completing. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to happen. I wonder, Idol, if Glove's going to approach the M1 like a little bit differently. Maybe they don't drop the super on the first one. Maybe they just try to like freeze an individual one to ensure a completed run. It's hard to say because, yeah, Glove is at G4 right now, but Prof has the plasma beam.
Yeah, so ProfessorSchool will gain something like 40 to 45 seconds just on the Weatherbrain 2 fight. I guess I would probably still super that first Metroid, and even if that Metroid doesn't drop anything, you've got missiles if you can freeze the other 3. The Glove did pick up a lot of missiles, at least, with that farming. That is going to be a little bit helpful. But yeah, they might choose to reset part of room 4 or something like that. They are at least going to be able to, if they're watching the restream, they're going to have some idea of how much time they can afford to give back. But we still have baby skip too, though. That's no guarantee.
We do. So I do believe Glove does have a pretty healthy lead right here. Assuming everything goes perfectly for the both of them, I think even with baby skip, Glove should be able to survive. But you never really know, especially with these resources. It's always a little bit scary. You might get scammed. We're gonna have to find out right now.
It looked like he did a super and got a super.
Yep. So 1 super in return. That's pretty good. 3 supers. Yeah, yep. It's not bad. All right. So Glove's definitely gonna missile these.
Also not bad. Oh, 3 supers.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think Glove is in a healthy situation to be able to complete this. Oh, whoa. Glove opting to super that first one. Ooh, this is looking a little sketchy here. Oh, that's a healthy super fill right there. All right, Glove is almost certainly gonna have to super this one because Glove kind of wants some health at this moment, and a super will guarantee a bunch of health drops basically. There you go.
Get
So
the one super.
max HP.
Return.
Max HP, 20 missiles, 10 supers. Glove is on a commanding lead right now, I would say, actually.
Yeah, it's just I think it was just that Meridia difference.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna have to watch this baby skip. Ooh, a little bit of lag. Nicely done by Glove. So, yeah, here we have it. Glove entering G4 at 37:09. It looks like Prof entered somewhere in the last 20 seconds or so. So Glove with a very commanding lead, honestly, at the moment. This is definitely Glove's race to lose at this moment. It's going to be interesting to see. I was going to say, I wonder if there's a chance that Glove takes a save here. And the reason I say that is because the save, even if Glove dies here, Glove still has a high chance of losing. But in the event that there's a double KO, that would ensure the victory for Glove. But Glove, honestly, on a smoking pace right now.
Can you imagine if there was an E-Tank in here? Because Glove would definitely take that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the save doesn't help too much because if you need the save, you're going to lose a lot of time on whatever
exactly.
you did before there.
Exactly. It just saves you in the event of a double KO situation.
True.
But yeah, here we go. 60 shots to Mother Brain's Dome. Glove has a little extra health than 3 tank runners typically would have. Yep. But you never know. One catch-up beam could put you out of contention.
That was a tricky onion ring combo. Fortunately, didn't take all of them. Meanwhile, Prof looks like he's got the supers he needs as well.
Prof does have the resources that he needs to complete the run. Glove looking like they have this under control as of right now. The scariest part is usually going to be the first catch-up beam.
Oof.
It's kind of nice when the catch-up beam comes out right here on the meatball because it's very telegraphed. Looks like Glove has that under control so far. Oh my gosh!
Meanwhile, very nice skip from Prof.
Glove got like a death combo right there. Where it was an onion rings followed by a French fry, a direct French fry, and a ketchup. And that was like a pretty much undodgeable situation, but Glove with the additional health is able to tank the French fry, avoids the ketchup, and survives the Mother Brain 2 fight. Oh my goodness.
Well done.
Well done, Glove. Here we go. Prof entering the Mother Brain 2 fight as well. But at this point, barring some catastrophic mistakes, I think Glove's got this. Glove just executing so strongly at the end. I believe, like, probably pretty close to their PB if I had to guess. Just putting on such a strong showing. Giving no room for Prof to catch up.
Yeah, we're both struggling to remember where Glove even lost time after just a small hiccup at mode.
Yeah, it was just the mode falls.
Okay,
but
where else? What else was there?
Yeah, everything.
Very strong run. And Prof was putting up a good show too. It just, as we mentioned at the beginning, the route difference. You know, Prof was going to be at a handicap right off the start just because of the route difference. All the extra time spent navigating up and down. It's basically double Norfair, right? That's where the time difference is versus single Norfair.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not really a moment where we can point out. I mean, you know, Prof had the Batoon hiccup, if I remember correctly, but like, this was a very strong showing for both of these runners. Honestly, executing very, very strong on the times that mattered.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so here we go. We have Prof finishing up that Mother Brain 2 fight, and we have Glub finishing off that Mother Brain 3 fight. And right after this, Glub will have to go straight into the escape and hit that ship, and that is going to be it. All right, here we go. As is in typical... Oh, Glove not getting the jump right there. But as is in the typical Metroid fashion, the world is exploding and Samus needs to get out of there, and Glove is controlling Samus. So, Glove rushing out of there as fast as they can. Getting the spark up here.
Taking the damage so they can jump up through that pirate.
Nice shot. Nice down grab.
Yep, killing that pirate that always ruins the moonfalls. Oh, that's the pirate that always ruins the moonfalls. That's the one there.
All right, looking good so far.
Getting the behemoth spark.
Nice spark up. Ooh, little bonk right there. That's okay. Look at it. Glove flying up the parlor right now. All those jumps looking real clean aside from that first one. Decent mock. And GG! Get your GGs in chat for Glove, finishing in first place in this race with an official racetime.gg time of 45 minutes and 43 seconds. I believe that was only 2 seconds off of Glove's personal best, which is an absolutely amazing thing and feat to pull off in a race setting. Absolutely amazing. Meanwhile, we have Prof just behind, getting through this escape. Sparking up. Good spark.
This might end up as a 46 even, so keeping pace with those qualifying runs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get in that blue. Get your GGs in chat for Prof. ProfessorSchool finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 46 minutes and 57 seconds. GG to both of these runners for putting up such a spectacular race. Just an excellent showing between Fantoon first route and the Kraid first route. Honestly, like that was just such a good race. Glove really pulling out the big guns for this run and getting that near PB on this race time. And yeah, commanding having a decisive victory for this round.
Absolutely. We'll see if runners want to come in for an interview.
Yep. And here we have Glove.
Professional Super Metroid speedrunner Glove. GG's.
Thanks for the GG's. Looks like
Glove.
Prof should be in here in just a sec.
Yep. So as we wait to see if Prof joins here, but yeah, Glove took a quick peek. Looks like you played about 2 seconds off your PB. So amazing showing. Any immediate thoughts on your run? I saw you type in chat to have your beating heart be still.
Oh my god!
Any thoughts?
That mother brain, like that. Okay, cool. Prof's in here, so I can go over stuff. Yeah, so that mother brain, there were 2 points in the run where I was just like gripped with unfathomable terror. And that mother brain, definitely one of them, as I got the French fry and ketchup true combo.
Yep.
Happy I hit the correct of those two.
Yep.
But yeah, Prof's in here now. GG's. I didn't get to watch your race super closely, but I saw you pull off some really cool stuff.
GG Glove, thank you very much. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really wanted just like a solid race, and I think you absolutely delivered on that front.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You raced very well. I was happy to see you get through Fantoon and Ridley without a problem.
Yeah, thank you. That Fantoon was the other part where I was like, look, I died to Fantoon facing Zost, and I don't know why. I was literally holding back tears after that match. It affected me, so I was like, I can't do this again. So I really realized in that moment, I am either dying or getting a 2-round here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I felt really happy that because I like morphed because I was 17 energy. So
Right.
managed to clutch that out. What went? Oh yeah, Moat. Moat was really rough. I was warming up my HBJs before the race, and I main HBJ because I think it's really consistent normally, but something just wasn't clicking, and I think that showed. But like, even with all that time loss, with the fast mid 2-round, it ended up washing out at like plus 12, so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, we were talking overall, like we were trying to find and pinpoint maybe time losses that you were having throughout the run, but I mean, aside from the moat, like, I mean, barring some small hiccups here and there, it looks like you played pretty darn well. Like we couldn't see any glaring mistakes, and we're like, man, this is looking like a good time for Glove.
Yeah, definitely happy. I knew, I knew that Prof is a runner who is absolutely capable. I think your PB's what, like 18 seconds off of mine or something. So I knew that I couldn't really play any more conservatively than normal. So and it was really hard for me, just because of the difference of routes. I didn't have a great grip of how much of a lead I had. But
It was a good race from both of you. I mean, Prof was playing pretty well too, and even the parts that didn't go as well. Like I felt like Prof got screwed on Dragon. That looked like a 2-round Dragon to me. I don't know what Dragon was doing there.
Yeah, I can talk on that if that was that a question or
I don't know. You want to talk about?
Yeah. Let's hear what happened in Let's hear what happened from your side, Prof.
Yeah, so essentially, this was a very, very good run, except for, I would say, 2 button presses and a bunch of really awful RNG. I was minus 10 on my PB at Gravity, despite missing Ocean Fly and getting a fast slow.
Yes.
And my resources were absolutely excellent coming out of Wrecked Ship. I executed Wrecked Ship very, very well. And then I got to Meridia, and I have the same standardized setup for Botwoon that Eddie uses, which is to spend the 20 frames bonking and doing a down grab. And I kind of wasn't sure if I had the down grab exactly. I felt like I may have floated above a little, but I thought my speed was going to be fine. And then I do this thing with Botwoon where when I come out of the corner and land, I release dash so that I don't accidentally run too far up. And my finger just brushed on the dash button. I ran half a tile too far, too quickly, and my particles just went totally astray. Like the whole setup was fine. Everything was great. If I had stopped at that crack in the floor, I would have been fine. But I went a full tile too far because I brushed the dash button instead of keeping my finger off it. I got no super drops at all from Botwoon, including a weird pattern where I Kojacked a bunch of supers into his dumb hitbox. Then I got no supers from the Puyos, and then I got no supers on my first 3 farms of the Zoas before full Happy setup. So that collectively cost me about 50 seconds. I went from -10 to +40. And then I got hit by a bug and didn't get good speed, so I didn't even get the charge through the door. So I had to do slow Coliseum. I did what I thought, as Idlechild pointed out, was a really great, excellent setup for a 2-round Dragon. And I must have just gone, I don't know, 10 frames early on my Spark or something like that, because Dragon decided to fly away in a way that I'm not used to Dragon doing in that situation. Like, that's a pretty easy 2-round kill. It was a slow pattern, which is fine, but it should have been a 2-round, with blue and a chance for Spike Suit. And then he just flew away, and I lost another 10 seconds there. And then my second errant button press, the first one was Batoon, the second errant button press was I just didn't stutter in pre-pillars. I went for Pillar Spark. I always do a stutter 3 there, and my finger just didn't come off the D-pad far enough. The stutter never happened. I tried to adjust. I didn't get it, and that cost me another, 12 seconds or something like that. And then I got the bad Ridley pattern without the tail swoop under, which was kind of annoying. So collectively, I lost a minute and a half between Batoon and then the RNG on Dragon and Ridley, which is kind of a bummer because it was a 46 5x. That could have been a 20-second PB easily. That could have been a mid 45, and I think that would have been competitive, right? Glove, what was your time? 45, mid 45 or something like that?
I was at 45, 41. Yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been competitive. It's kind of a shame, but I'm glad that Glove executed. I didn't want to get anything free. And look, I had an absolutely remarkable run through the GT Classic tournament with real wins that I feel like I earned against very, very good runners. I knew that just making the upper bracket was going to be an accomplishment. I did it by the skin of my teeth. I'm surrounded by incredibly talented runners. And I am very pleased to have gotten this far and at least redeemed myself a little bit with the catastrophe that my run against Decalled was. So I didn't really have any delusions of grandeur. I thought maybe I could squeeze a win out. It didn't happen, but I'm glad that I made the top bracket. And I've raced 8 times, including the qualifiers in this tournament, and 7 of my 8 were completed runs for 46s, and my PB before this was a mid 46. So I can't complain. I have to say that I'm quite happy with the way that everything's went, despite the 0-2 record in the tournament. So thank you, Eddie, for organizing it, and thanks to Decalled and Glove for being great opponents, and all the other racers. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have a lot to be proud of here.
And thank you, Eddie and Idlechild, for the comms.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looks like you covered everything I was going to ask you, Prof. So yeah, absolutely, just amazing to watch this run. I was so excited to see this race out here. I know Idle as well was excited. Saw the race, was like, I gotta calm this. Gotta get those front row seats because it's going to be a good match. Barring a few slip ups, this was definitely exciting. It was hard for me to catch keep up with who was going to be ahead and whatnot, because I knew it was going to be relatively close. A little bit of that issue with the Batoon. I was wondering what happened with the X Factor there, but honestly, aside from those mishaps, both of you playing so well, Glove comes out with the victory this time. But I know if the both of you played 10 matches or so, I know it would be a back and forth battle. I'm just so happy to see both of you on the stage getting to play this race. It's always a shame to see players get knocked out of the tournament, but I do feel like I'm happy to see both of you run here, and it was absolutely a pleasure.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much, and big congrats to Glove. I don't know if we raced 10 times. I don't know if it would be that even. Glove is they've made incredible progress and moved on to what is, ostensibly the much faster route, and has executed that and picked it up very well. And it's cool to see. It's cool to see that those people who I consider friends in the community take up big challenges and succeed. And so for that, I'm very, very happy.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much.
So, Idle, any final questions for these runners, or?
No, you guys did a great job covering it all for me.
Both of you are good at covering everything.
As you said, I was happy to be here for the front row seat.
Glove, Professor School, any final words that you'd like to say to your fans out there?
Yeah, absolutely. GG Prof. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end for you of the any percent tournament, but I know you always have quite a few SM goals, and I wish you the best of luck in achieving those. Let's see. Looks like I get to face B-Dog next.
Yep.
I'll be out. No offense to B-Dog. I was really hoping for this Rain match, because the last time I faced this Rain, I was so scared that I went and broke my arm instead of playing him.
Oh no!
But no, excited to face B-Dog. I don't have delusions of beating B-Dog on fair terms. I just hope to make it close enough that B-Dog can't play safe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, B-Dog kind of getting upset out of the winter brackets. Definitely one of the stronger runners. I believe the 7th seed entering. The 8th seed entering the entire tournament. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, Glove. But you're both gonna be running those Fantoon first routes. You never know what's gonna happen, and it's going to be exciting.
Awesome.
All right, so that about does it for this match. Super exciting match between Glove, Professor School, two amazing runners. I'm super happy to have been able to get the front row seats, Idle, as we were saying, in this amazing match. But yeah, today was such a huge day for Super Metroid 90% for the Super Metroid 90% tournament. Chock full of a lot of great matches. Definitely check the VODs to see any matches that you may have missed. Everyone apparently likes scheduling on Wednesdays. But once again, this is the Super Metroid 80% tournament for SGLive 2022 with the prize pool in the gold bracket for $12,000, which is a huge purse. So Glove, as Idle said, you are now a professional Super Metroid player, making it to the first round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell my parents video games did pay off.
Video games did pay off. Right. But yeah, to all of you, please give the runners a follow if you can. That is twitch.tv/glove_they them, twitch.tv/ProfessorSchool. Both players still pushing Super Metroid, lots of different categories. I know Prof has a lot of goals in various different categories. There's so much to Super Metroid. There's even more to Super Metroid than this 90% tournament. There's just so much you can do with this game, whether it be 100%, Mappo, I think Professor School is practicing for. There's randomizers. There's even combinations with other games like Zelda 3. So there's just so much to join for this game. I appreciate all of you watching. And feel free to join the community. Thank you so much for watching this match. And we will see you next mission.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school.